Well, hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Meghan Markle's new show is continuing to spiral. I heard a commentator earlier today say, "Do you believe in tragic?" And I think that's just the funniest way to put it. Do you believe in tragic? If you remember, that is the background to the trailer that we all had to sit through and watch. So we're going to be talking about all that today. The decline is continuous. And this morning, Meta, as you know, owns Facebook and Instagram. They released some huge updates that Meghan's not going to be happy about. And it really is actually probably going to hurt her narrative. So we're diving into all of that and more. So stay tuned. We're going to go through some comments too. Oh my goodness, the comments in there. So of course, as always, let me know where you're watching from. I love to see people tuning in from all over the world here on our Tuesday live stream. So as you guys probably know, Meghan's show has not gotten good feedback, and we all kind of know why at this point. But I want to walk through Meghan's response. So this came out. Let me add this here if you guys can see my screen. Meghan's got an article that highlights how she's handling this. So a friend spoke to Page Six. Oftentimes in the media world, we kind of know what that means when we say a friend. It says by Leah Bitsky. This came out January 3rd. Meghan Markle made her long-awaited return to social media on Wednesday, and this time she's taking the necessary precautions to protect her mental health. As we know, the fact that she's returned to Instagram is interesting because she's been really hard on Instagram for so long. Social media in general, the entire Parents Network is, of course, created to help this problem with bullying online. But it's a little hypocritical in the way that she's handled it. So Meghan's return to social media, how she's protected her peace amid backlash, cyberbullies. Remember at one point she said she was the most bullied woman in the world. So the Duchess of Sussex, 43, shared 2 new posts on her shiny new Instagram page this week. One on New Year's Day where she was seen frolicking joyfully on the beach. That's a way to put it, frolicking. And a second on Thursday where she promoted her new Netflix cooking show, which is the star of this conversation. So she goes on to give some background as to Meghan's return. Of course, here we can see Meghan has officially reached over 1 million subscribers. But she talks about how Meghan is working to create joy and a positive connection online despite her criticism of it in the past. It says her returning online presence differs from her days running her now defunct The Tig lifestyle blog, in which she encouraged her readers to engage in discussion before deleting the website in 2017. Actually, it wasn't deleted, but it just has a landing page there. She says she was really bullied when she was pregnant, that it was catty, it wasn't cruel. You remember that South by Southwest panel that she did with Brooke Shields, where she talked about being one of the most bullied people in the world. Well, it's come out today that Meghan has sat down, it's come out through this article that Meghan has sat down with Meta, which has a lot to talk about today. Let me find that part in this article. They talk about the fall of archetypes. Oh my goodness. Meghan first teased her social media return in August 2023 when she secured the Meghan Instagram. That's actually incorrect. It was 2022. Maybe she just got that wrong here. Let me see. Meta. Let me go to that correct part. There we go. Page Six is exclusively told that American Riviera Orchard founder is excited to connect directly with an online audience to share her own experiences, unfiltered despite disabling comments. And this is where this conversation gets interesting. A source shared that Markle has engaged in constructive conversations with senior executives at Meta about creating safer and healthier online environments. Now, I see in the comments someone gets where I'm going with this. Just this morning, Meta and, of course, Mark Zuckerberg released a video talking about censorship on Meta. And this, of course, is Facebook and Instagram. And they've rolled out some new precautions. And they've admitted that they've messed things up in the past, which is exactly the opposite of what Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been advocating for. They say, starting in the US, we are ending our third-party fact-checking program and moving to a community notes model. That's kind of how X is now. They can say down here, when they're going deeper, the intention of the program was to have these independent experts give more information about the things they see online, particularly viral hoaxes, so they're able to judge for themselves. And they saw and what they saw and read. That is not the way things played out, especially in the United States. So this fact checking is exactly what Meghan and Harry have been fighting for with all of their panels, all of their advocacy. But in fact, that's turned right back on their head. So whatever conversations Meghan was having, according to page 6 with Meta executives, definitely did not work. So that's the first thing that Meta will be changing. They say we will allow more speech by lifting restrictions on some topics that are part of mainstream discourse and focusing our enforcement on illegal and high severity violations. This is exactly how it should be. If you remember, Prince Harry called the First Amendment bonkers. I think that's hilarious because this is exactly the point, that the most important conversations can rise to the top, that we can all criticize and come to the truth of what actually is being said and done without these big tech people getting involved. So it's hilarious to me to see how this is a total fall of what they've advocated for, because it simply doesn't work. And Meta has admitted that here. That's not the way things played out. They say we are now changing this approach. We will end the current third-party fact-checking program in the United States, instead begin moving towards community notes program. We've seen this approach work on X, where they empower their community to decide when posts are potentially misleading and need more context, and people across a diverse range of perspectives decide what sort of context is helpful. We've seen this, and this is exactly what's happened where big celebrities try to strong arm the conversation. And that's exactly what we've seen with this Netflix situation. So I want to hop over here and show you what's going on here with Love Meghan on Netflix. I have some creator analytics turned on here that you probably don't have as a creator. So I want to show those to you here. And before I dive into this, I just want to remind you, I'm making a big announcement on January 18th. So make sure that you're subscribed to my newsletter. You can click the link in the description or just go to the swishmagazine.com and you can dive into all of that. So first of all, we know that Meghan has totally turned off comments on her Instagram. They dove into that on this. What's happening here? There we go. On this article. And so, of course, people can't comment. And they say that they're doing that for her mental health purposes. But unfortunately, she can't turn off the Netflix comments. So let me just dive into my analysis of this YouTube channel. First of all, there's a typo. They're not capitalizing the L in love. Someone should have caught that. Literally, if you just go to the, where is it? With Love Meghan, we know that the correct grammar, I'm going to be a grammar Nazi, is a capital L. So I know that's so minute, but just a little something there. Do a due diligence check. I don't know who uploaded this, but that's incorrect. Secondly, look at the tags on this. The tags are Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, Meghan Markle, Meghan and Harry, Mindy Kaling, Netflix cooking show, Prince Harry, Roy Choi. So they are digging into anybody who could potentially bring them interest in this. Roy Choi, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the Sussexes, cooking, crafts, guide, how-to, kitchen hacks, lifestyle, recipes, tips and tricks, tutorials. So tags are something that creators like myself will put on videos to make sure that it's going to be going to the right people. And if people put that into the search bar, that the video will pop up there. So it's interesting to see where their head's at, where they think that this is a kitchen hacks time or lifestyle recipes. So Meta may have rolled out some speech precautions, basically burning to the ground anything that Meghan was wanting with turning off her comments. So good luck with that, Meghan. But the Netflix comments are still open, and these are hilarious to read. So they say that the love is in the details. The series premieres January 15th. The inspiring series, produced by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, reimagines the genre of lifestyle programming, blending practical how-tos and candid conversation with friends, new and old. Which, by the way, if you watched my video about this just a little while ago, you'll know that all of the friends who are on this show are not A-listers. They're all people who are kind of riding her own coattails, besides Mindy Kaling, who this last weekend we know kind of brushed off a lot of her connection to Meghan Markle. So it's funny to see that. Meghan shares personal tips and tricks, embracing playfulness over perfection. Some PR person must have told her to say that, and highlighting how easy it can be to create beauty, even in the unexpected. Yeah, She and her guests roll up their sleeves in the kitchen, the garden, and beyond, and invite you to do the same with Meghan. We can look at that in just a second. Netflix is one of the world's leading entertainment services, blah, blah, blah. All right. So let's jump in here to some of these comments. Oh, they're hilarious. I am going to sort it by the newest first because some of you guys may have gone through these. But Bernadette Carlo says, if anybody finds support and love in a love comment, please tag me. I won't believe they exist unless I see it. Agreed. I can't comment or thumbs down on Netflix. Nasty woman. Oh, I didn't mention that. Oh, huge point. Huge point of this whole video. I've never seen a YouTube video in my entire life have downvotes of 125,000 to 14,000. So I don't care who you are. If you're a Meghan fan, if you are people who just casually watch this, there's something seriously wrong with their perception, because we all know, if you've watched this channel, if you've had a moment to dive into Meghan's history, there's some serious questions here, and people see right through it. So 125,000 downvote, 14,000 upvote. Somebody do the math on that and put it in the comments. I'm not a math whiz. What's the comparison there? Real bad. I don't think I've ever seen a video do quite that bad. By the way, I have an extension on my computer as a creator, so I can see the downvotes. That is not public. I'm sure Meghan and her team appreciate that. All right. Yeah, she says, I can't comment or thumb down on Netflix. I think that might just be her issue. I just can't stand looking at this woman. Why is she still being put in our faces? She should have stayed in that family because we do not like her here in America. That family is a great family. So all Meghan wants for everyone is to love her like she loves herself. Oh my. The plagiarism continues. There's nothing new from this horrible woman. Food from 20 years ago and looking unhygienic, greasy hair over everything. I'll not be watching unless she's involved in. Please, Netflix, no more. If Netflix reads through these, there's going to be some serious conversations in their boardrooms about why in the world they're still continuing this. I see you changing your patterns of deletions. I'm still watching and reporting it. People are noticing. Are they deleting these? That is interesting. I can't imagine that they're trying to delete these in time, because I cannot found a single positive comment on here. Netflix making a ton of money off YouTube views, though. That's true, but that doesn't pay that much. What a load of rubbish. This is coordinated online. While some of the members of the group are to moderate and do good, raising money for charity, others put out vile content against the royal family. Some have even made death threats. They're exposing Meghan's supporters, it seems here. Obviously, that's not all of Meghan's supporters. She hates the royal family so much. Why do they use the title Duchess of Sussex? She's the epitome of ridiculous, so entitled. You can see clearly 41,354 comments on this. Huge kudos to Netflix for leaving the comment section open. I honestly haven't laughed so hard in ages. Netflix, please keep this comment section open. Kindly do not fire anyone according to Meghan's demands. It was fair to the workers. Also, please give other musicians, conductors, singers, etc. the opportunities to work for Netflix. If Meghan had applied for a show on Netflix just 10 years ago, they wouldn't have given her the time of day. But here we are. And she wouldn't get this without her connection to the royal family. So I find that interesting. Someone did a screenshot. Yes, they are deleting comments. I don't know. I can't confirm that. They say downvotes are being deleted. That, I don't know. I think I may have seen someone do that. I cannot verify that. But they would have a lot of deleting to do to fix this ratio. I'd love to see that comparison. Well played, Netflix. Not the show, of course, but the open comment section. The words "everyone's invited" coming from Meghan is possibly the most ridiculous thing I've heard ever. Yeah, who is invited to a place that's not her house? Thank you, Netflix, for supporting freedom of speech. Don't turn the comments off. Yes, this is my whole point with this video. Thank you. We're turning a corner here, everybody. With proper First Amendment access, we all can bring the truth to the forefront. Netflix, you okay, hon? I don't understand who is supposed to watch this. Meghan and her rich friends cooking in designer outfits and expensive jewelry, forcing their fake happiness on us. The world is on fire. Most of us are struggling with the cost of living crisis. I saw a lot of people responding to the fact that Yeah, Meghan rolled this out right after there were 2 horrible attacks in the US, and Canada is going through a lot of turmoil, and there's horrible things, I can't talk about them on here, obviously happening in England right now, that need some serious attention. You know what I mean? People are asking, why in the world would you roll out this right now? Yes, it's escapism. Yes, it's a conversation about beautiful things, I guess. But it was pre-scheduled, I'm sure. But if you just had 1 ounce of PR analysis in you, or PR research, you could figure out this is not the time to do that. And perhaps maybe they were trying to roll this out at the time where there was so many other things happening in the world, because they knew that maybe this would go under the radar. Sorry, that didn't happen. The world is on fire, and most of us are struggling with the cost of living crisis. I think she's completely out of touch with reality, but thanks, Netflix, for leaving the comment section open. Absolute gold, top entertainment. The weird thing is, she acts like she's being fancy her whole life. She was a C-rated actor at best from a regular family. Now she's acting like she's been a fancy royal her whole life, even though she hated being a royal. Whole thing is confusing. She definitely climbed the ladder, but not in the way that we necessarily like to say around here. Hey, Netflix, you can turn off the comments, delay the release date, hire a whole new top of the line production company to reshoot the trailer, but people will still dislike this woman. I came here for the comments only and did not disappoint. Oh, Megsy baby, I'm not sure you do anything with love. 1 tear left eye. Thank you for keeping the comments open, Netflix. Giving a voice to the voiceless. This is almost like a parody of a show. The overreacting of pretentious rich women who fawn over a person who is not a chef or a cook or a genuine person in the kitchen. Give Julia Child any day. She was real. So many YouTubers who crank out real yummy foods with incredible candor, honesty, and real passion. You can't fake that. Yeah. What exactly has she done to get this kind of spotlight from Netflix? And one thing I saw a comment on recently was, there are no Black women in the show, and I don't care. I think that there are, let me say that again. I think that talent should come before your skin color every time. However, I think because of Meghan's background, she needed to have some kind of a different narrative here based off what she said in the past. Y'all understand what I'm saying here? So that is a huge red flag to me. She's not even in line with what she said in the past, is what I'm saying. Netflix, the comments are inspirational. The only thing I've watched, forget the trailer. The trailer is 2 minutes of my life I can never get back, but the comments brought endless enjoyment. To kudos to whomever decided the comments. The funny thing is that most of us are looking forward to the South Park episode. Oh, I didn't even think about that. The South Park episode. That's gonna be really funny. The line, I always love taking something ordinary and elevating it, basically encapsulates her opinion of herself versus the royal family. Oh, maybe. If William and Catherine are reading the comments, I just want to say hello and wish you a happy new year. May 2025 be filled with good health and happiness. Oh my gosh, can you imagine what William and Catherine are going through right now? Oh man. Just heard Meghan and her team knew about the backlash in the comments here and requested Netflix to fire its entire marketing team of the show, close down the comments of this channel, remake the teaser, and replace with Meghan her own marketing people. The tone deaf thinks the backlash was due to the failure of Netflix marketing team and demands Netflix to delay the show till February. Netflix is having an urgent board meeting now. The comments like this, I'm like, how do you know that? Who's giving you credibility? I will say though, this is why Meta made that decision this morning. This is why Meta is peeling things back. In the past, they would have given some third-party silly community note, but now we actually can all look at the credibility here and we can all work that out for ourselves. So I think that is, sorry, I'm getting a call. I think that is a great highlight here of why we don't have that anymore. Meghan had to approve this trailer. She liked it and allowed it to go on. It didn't go out without a stamp of approval. That's how she works. She's not liking the feedback. I feel like this has happened with all of her shows. The archetypes, American Riviera Orchard, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. I love to take something ordinary and make it special, says Ina Garten. And then the queen of plagiarism stole Ina's quote and made it hers. Shame on you, Netflix, for allowing the fraudulent woman to be paid millions of dollars. That real and talented and hardworking women and men are being paid pennies for their amazing work. That's what I'm saying. Like, why is she being elevated above everybody else who actually has skills and talent? I just think it's amazing. Introducing Meghan Markle's newest project, Pitfalls and Downfalls of Social Climbing, the memoirs of a narcissist. A masterclass in burning bridges, alienating allies, and rewriting your own history, one Netflix special at a time. Here's the thing. most people didn't really understand the problem with Meghan Markle in particular until the Oprah interview. And then there were some who didn't watch that or care about it, who didn't really recognize the problems until the Netflix series Harry and Meghan. And now there's a whole nother wave of people that are beginning to see the problems here through With Love Meghan. So whoever you are, you may have just been passively watching what's been going on with Meghan. This is a masterclass in a problem. And the way that they have projected a victim narrative to try to help her with her image is just a huge problem. And that here is all falling apart. We are watching the fall of the victimhood narrative. So there are truly victims out there who deserve the right attention, and Meghan Markle is not one of them, unfortunately. Came here for the comments and did not disappoint. Netflix and Meghan Markle can fire people, hire people, change the format. They can add exciting guests, etc., but I will never watch it. I dislike Meghan Markle for all the hateful things she's done to her family, her friends, employees, and the royal family. She's not a nice person, as evidenced by her actions. So if you have a moment to go read through these, they are pretty funny. I've seen some really humorous ones. I'll pop in here and look at them every now and again. I just love how Meghan and her colleagues called Princess Catherine a Stepford wife, and now Em is portraying this on the show. Ultimate projection from a narcissist. I don't think that cooking is a Stepford wife thing. I actually love cooking and think it's a beautiful, life-giving thing. But I can see that she always said she wanted to be a woman who works, not a lady who lunches. And now this is exactly what she's done. So, by the way, this came out, it was like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, well, maybe like 30 minutes ago. This article saying Meghan Markle will hawk her lifestyle brand's products directly to viewers with the help of Netflix. So we know that all of this is just a commercial ploy at the end of the day. Meghan Markle will hawk, I think that's a funny word for it, hawk, lifestyle brands products directly to her viewers with the help of Netflix. Multiple sources tell Page 6. The Duchess of Sussex 43 debuted American Riviera Orchard last March with a soft launch on social media that included her gifting jars of homemade jam to high-profile friends, which we know that happened right when Princess Catherine returned to Trooping the Color. But there have been many questions about who exactly is running the brand. Meghan is now doing it herself. And now we're told that Netflix has also got a role in distributing products that will tie in with Meghan Markle's new lifestyle show, With Love Meghan, which launches January 15th on the streamer. It's not the first time the streaming giant has released products alongside its content. When Netflix and Cupcake Vineyards launched a limited edition Chardonnay called Love is Wine last February, a companion piece for the reality hit TV Love is Blind, the wine sold out online within a matter of days. I have a feeling that's not going to happen here. According to TMZ, Netflix also submitted a trademark application for the phrase Love is Wine on cake molds, glassware, napkin holders. Oh my gosh, really? Love is Wine on cake molds, glassware, napkin holders, plates, tea infusers, flasks, and several types of drinking glasses. Please tell me that's not for this project, because that is just so tacky. I'm sorry. Maybe you guys like things like that. I think that's so tacky when it has words on napkin holders. Hold on one second. I'm going parched talking about this, everybody. The more that Netflix is getting into live events, the more this kind of thing makes sense for their future. Well, they're just diversifying their initiatives. Netflix began offering an ad-supported subscription tier in November 2022. Ugh, awful. Don't even get me started. The source added, they're working with advertisers now, which gives them more opportunity to have mutually beneficial partnerships like this. Our rep for the Sussexes declined to comment. We talked a couple months ago, I think it was, that Netflix has been maybe toying with the idea of putting these products in malls, which might be interesting. So we'll see. But yeah, she's faced a slew of trademark troubles, brands impending launch, including lifestyle brand. Still no word on what's going on with that, but whew, y'all, there's a lot to go through here, and it's only January 7th. We've got January 15th, this full thing. I don't know that I'm going to watch the full thing, but I do think it's fascinating to continue to see how celebrity culture is dying. Let me see. Meghan is trying to do all the plays that worked back in like 2014. She's trying to be a celebrity with the, fancy brand. But that's done. Like we're over that. We're wanting authentic insights, especially, where's my cursor? Especially for someone who is a part of the British royal family. that is a fall far from grace to go from someone who at one point was in the room with Queen Elizabeth II, who was her granddaughter-in-law, to now merching products on Netflix. It's just a crazy fall, and it's because she's bought into a lot of these ideas about celebrity culture, which we're watching at a mass fall. We're watching victim narratives fall at a rapid rate. And a lot of this is becoming mainstream. We've been having these conversations for a while talking about this disaster, but we're actually seeing that the rest of the world is kind of catching on. It's fun to see these mainstream outlets actually covering these topics now. And I think this might be the final nail in the coffin. So I think it's also a fascinating, just a fascinating narrative on how weaponizing the media can become. She's trying her best to try to get some positive news, but good luck, because Meta just changed that for you. So anyways, that's what I've got to share today. Take a moment and go read through the comments if you can, if you'd like. I have been rolling out with a team of contributors other pieces of content on my website. So if you want to go and read other highlights, not just about Meghan and Harry, but generally about how culture is re-embracing classical femininity, which is everything that Meghan has pushed out. I would highly recommend you to go click the link in the description, go to the swishmagazine.com. I did a interesting feature, or we published a couple of days ago, a feature about the Marchioness of Bath. If I'm saying that incorrectly, I'm so sorry. Emma, who it's been very evident that Meghan has taken a lot of inspiration from her. So go check that out. You can click the link in the description, and make sure that you're signed up for the newsletter. I send out newsletters on Fridays that highlight all the royal news, all the cultural news in light of classical femininity, trends, traditions, and lifestyles for an elegant and inspired life. So make sure that you're subscribed down there, and we're watching together this grand fall. We'll see what happens next. Definitely don't think that there will be a season 2. So let me know in the description what you think about these comments. If you're going to be watching on January 15th, I'd love to know that. So thank you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.